Hi guys, I hope that you're all having a fabulous day. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you have some snacks, a tasty beverage or two, because we're gonna get into it. Oh yeah, today I'm gonna be sharing the small leather goods that I added to my collection during my time away from YouTube. I have a feeling this video might get quite chatty, so I'm just letting you know right now. I hope that you enjoy it. If you do, make sure and give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get started, shall we? I decided to separate the small leather goods by fashion house. I think it might make it a little bit easier. All right, so let's begin with Gucci. This small leather good, I picked it up a few months ago and I am obsessed to the full extent of the word. I am talking about the Gucci Ophidia GG Key Pouch. This small leather good is amazing. I use it all the time. I have it plastered all over Instagram. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you're probably sick and tired of seeing it, but I just think it's wonderful and I can't stop talking about it. I really can't. I think it's so incredibly cute. It's small. I mean, it literally fits in the palm of your hand, but trust me when I tell you it's deceiving because it packs a punch. I love the added security of the zip closure, and then on the interior you don't have any pockets, but it does come with this nifty little chain, so that way if you wanted to attach it to your belt loop you can do that and you can still end up closing it up, which I think it's awesome. And I know I've been getting a lot of questions as to how you can end up opening this up. All you do is you end up pushing on this guy, on this bar down here, and then you open it up, you put your keys in there, and then it snaps back into place. But it is so incredibly cute. I literally haven't had any issues with it, and like I said before, I've used it to death. Unfortunately, with this key pouch, it is no longer available on the website. However, before I sat down to film this video, I did call a couple of Gucci locations, and I also called Gucci customer service, and some boutiques do have it in stock. It's just a matter of calling the boutique and seeing if they have it, but as far as online, they no longer have it. They had a few others between the Supreme canvas. They also have it in the black leather, and I believe there's one other. I'm pretty sure there was one other. I can't remember to save my life. But I personally like this one a little bit more. I do have a soft spot for the Ophidia line. There's just something about it. I love the Gucci webbing that it has because it is a staple to the fashion house. But I just think that this is so incredibly cute. In here, I've been able to fit my driver's license, a couple of credit cards, some cash, a lipstick, my key fob, and my what's it called, my little pill container case that I have for my headache medicine. I mean, it can vary with whatever it is that you want to carry, but on the days when you literally want to just go bare minimum, you just want to get in and out of the stores, you don't want to carry a handbag, you don't want to carry a wristlet, you don't want to carry anything like that, this has been perfect. It's been absolutely perfect. So I can't, like I said, I just can't shut up about it because I think it's wonderful. And hopefully Gucci does end up making it available back on the website, or maybe if they introduce other prints, I think that would be wonderful because this little guy is amazing. Someone asked me if I think that this is better than the Louis Vuitton key pouch. I mean, that's a slippery slope, because not slippery slope, but the key pouch, I have such mad love for it, and I've had it for so long, so it holds a very, very special place in my heart. However, this guy, the fact that you can carry a little bit more with you, it's literally like a little mini handbag. I mean, that kind of gives it the edge, right? So don't get me wrong, love the key pouch, will forever love the key pouch, but this guy is definitely, I mean, it's a lot more versatile. I gotta say it, it's a lot more versatile. So the Gucci Ophidia GG key pouch, or the GG Supreme canvas key pouch, I don't know, it depends on the website that you're looking at. I highly recommend it, or if you can go and find it into your local boutique, I think it's wonderful, and I really think that you will enjoy it if you like these types of small leather goods. Moving on to Prada, I did pick up a couple of pouches from the fashion house. These are the Prada nylon pouches. This one is in the color fuchsia, and I did pick it up from the Prada retail store. This is in the color black, and I picked it up at the Prada outlet in Cabazon. There is a big difference between the two, most notably is the fact that this this, the one from the retail store, does come with a removable adjustable strap, so that way you can end up using it as a wristlet, and it also has a little D-ring, whereas this one does not. But these Prada pouches, I'm actually blaming these purchases on two people, Jen and Winnie from Instagram. I had seen that they had the Prada pouch in black, and they had been using it as a cosmetic case, as a catch-all, and I was like, oh my goodness, that looks amazing. I love being able to have small leather goods that have a little bit more versatility to them. So when I went to the outlet, I saw these there, and I was able to snag it for, I think it was 171 bucks or $175 versus the pink one that I got a couple of weeks later, and this was full retail price, and it was $420. And I got a lot of messages letting me know that so many of you have these nylon pouches, and you've had them for like 10, 15 years. You wash them and dry them, no problem. They still look as good as new. So I thought that's wonderful. And I've never had anything from the Prada nylon line, so I'm really excited about them, and thus far they have been wearing fabulously. I've used both of them quite often, and I do think that they're wonderful. So here is the black one, and on the outlet one, like I said, there are a couple of differences. It doesn't have like the signature Prada lining that the pink one has, like that I'll show you guys in a minute, but it does come with a little slip pocket there. And they are quite spacious. They only had the black, and I remember when I asked at the time, the gentleman there had said at the Prada outlet, he had said that they had all the colors. So if you guys live in California, or if you live anywhere near a Prada outlet, definitely call them up, because from what he had said, I guess they have them year round. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And the pink one, or the fuchsia one, love the fact that it comes with this little detachable, adjustable strap. This is another item that I like to refer as a mini handbag, because it fits just as much as some of my smaller handbags, no problem. So there is the lining, the signature lining that I was talking about, and then you have the zippered closure right above the logo. But these are beautiful, and on the website they have so many different colors. I've seen like the pink, the red, orange, blue, green, you name it. They literally have everything. And another big difference that I wanted to point out is the fact that the one from the retail store feels a little bit thicker than the one from the outlet. This one feels, I wouldn't say flimsy, but it's just, the material feels a little bit thinner than this one does. But there we go. I think that these are wonderful, and I like them so much. I definitely see myself in the future maybe going for either the red, no surprise there, right? or the green. But this fuchsia is definitely not showing up what it looks like in real life. It looks like it's a little bit washed out, but in real life it's probably a little bit closer to the color of my nails. But yeah, so love these pouches. If you guys have these pouches, let me know. Do you love them? Is there something to look out for? Whatever the case may be, let us know in the comment section down below. But thus far, I am absolutely loving them. Okay, so let's move on to Louis Vuitton, because that's the fashion house that I went that I went a little bit crazy. Last year I ended up picking up the Louis Vuitton Zippy wallet in the Monogram canvas. Back in the day, I mean, way back in the day, I had this in Demi Azur, and I really loved the wallet, but I ended up selling it because I was really moving towards more compact small leather goods. And I still end up using a lot of card holders and like the Chanel O-Zip coin purse. I love those. But there really is something about a full-size wallet that I can't really put my finger on, but when I use it, it just gives me like the butterflies. I don't know. If you guys are like that as well, let me know in the comment section down below. But this wallet, I had seen it for years, and every time I saw it when I was out and about, like when someone would pull this out, I always thought it was beautiful. But like I said before, I just ended up kind of going towards smaller wallets that I was like, I don't know, I don't really need it. I don't know, it's not really for me, but I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I decided to go for it, and I am in love. At first I thought about possibly going for the rose ballerine, but I decided to go for the classic monogram with the classic interior. And this wallet, I mean, it fits every single thing that you would need to carry in your wallet. It's all in here, because you have like 12 credit card slots, you have 2 slip pockets, you have 3 open compartments, you have a zippered compartment there as well. It is just insanely generous. I've also been able to put my phone in here, no problem. So those days when I want to go bare minimum, I end up just kind of putting this under my arm, or I end up holding it, and no problems there either. I think it's wonderful. One thing I will have to say about this wallet, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I've used it, I kind of feel a weight difference in my handbag. Like, I'll have my bag ready to go, and I can, you know, I know what the weight is going to be. And then before I put this wallet inside, it just makes a slightly bigger difference. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's how whatever I end up putting in here, although I don't really carry the entire world. I carry my contents in my wallet, but I don't have a ton with me. But still, I feel like this makes a big difference in the weight of your handbag. I wouldn't say it's necessarily like a brick, but it's you can feel it. You can definitely feel the difference. But I do think it's wonderful. I know that a lot of people like myself, we've been moving towards the smaller wallets, as I've mentioned previously. And I mean, nowadays it's like you have rewards on your phone. You don't need to carry the actual reward card with you. You don't have to carry this. You don't have to carry that. Everything is on our phone. But still, I just feel like there's something about a full-size wallet that there's no card holder, there's no compact wallet that can give me that this does. You know, I don't know. maybe it's just me, but I do think it is an awesome, awesome wallet. And the zipper, sometimes I sit there when I'm in line. I just sit there over and over. I'm sure it's quite annoying, but it's so smooth. I can't get over it. So the Louis Vuitton Zippy wallet in the classic monogram canvas. On to this little guy. This is the Louis Vuitton Nice Nano in the monogram canvas. Now, originally, I didn't think I would end up going for it. I actually remember talking about it on a previous Minx Monday. I've always thought it was ridiculously cute, and I love the entire Nice line because they have the Nice BB, the Nice Mini, the Nice Nano. I think that's it, right? There aren't any others. Who knows? But I think that all of their pieces are beautiful. And when this one came out, I was like, I don't know. I think it's adorable, but what am I going to use it for? I'm not going to use it for travel. But the more and more I thought about it, I figured that I can end up using this inside of my larger totes, like inside of my Neverfull or inside of my Dior Book Tote or my Deauville's. This is perfect for me to carry my cosmetics, or sometimes when I wanted to use it as a catch-all. So I feel like with this size, it's a lot more versatile for my lifestyle than the Nice BB, because the Nice BB, as I said before, I strictly, for the most part, like 99% of the time, I use it solely for travel. Whereas this one, I don't want to use it for travel. I want to use it for everything else. I've had people ask if I would end up using this as a handbag. I don't think so. I have seen some people use this as a handbag, and I think it's super, super cute. But personally, I just like using it as a catch-all inside of my larger totes, no problem. But I think that they are so insanely adorable. Anything nano this, nano that, I'm a sucker for. I don't know why. I just am. But I like the fact that this is very functional for me and in my everyday life. So love the Nice Nano. The next one is one of my newest purchases, and that is the cosmetic pouch in the GM size in the monogram canvas. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, many of you know that I used to have the cosmetic pouch PM in all three canvas prints, the Demi Azur, the Demi Ben, and the monogram. I have since sold them all. The one that I have left is the multicolor noir, which will be with me until the bitter end. But I didn't have the best experience with how the cosmetic pouch PM was wearing, because I ended up having a lot of corner wear, because this is one piece of canvas. So when you have these little folds, sometimes they would end up wearing a little bit more than I would have liked on here. And then the Demi Azur, I had a total brain fart. I decided it would be a great idea to put my Demi Azur cosmetic pouch inside of my Speedy 35 classic Demi Ben at the time that I had, because I thought, oh, it's a great combination. No, with the movement that I was creating with my bag, the white on the Demi Azur ended up turning pink because of the red in the Demi Ben. So I had pink corners on that Azur piece, and I ended up selling it. but still, I was still having quite a bit of corner wear. So you're probably thinking, if you had that issue with the PM, why would you get the GM? Well, I'm glad you asked. I really do like the size. I've always been a big fan of the size, but again, the corner wear, I was kind of like, I don't know. So once I heard that Louis Vuitton was discontinuing the toiletry pouches, I figured these guys have to be next. There is no way. I mean, they're going to be next. I mean, I feel that way. No one has said that. These are just this is my speculation. So I figured they're probably going to end up getting rid of these, and I decided to do a little bit of research on YouTube just to see if people were still having the same issues that I had with my PMs. And the funny thing is that on the reviews that I saw on YouTube, a lot of people were saying that even though they had issues on their PMs, they haven't had the same thing happen to their GMs. So I figured, okay, maybe it'll end up happening for me as well. And then I came across a YouTuber. Her name is Maria, and she was reviewing her GM pouch. She loves it. She thinks it's amazing, but she actually ended up converting it from a small leather good into a handbag. That's why you guys see these D-rings here. These D-rings do not come with the cosmetic pouch. I added those because of her video. So I figured, okay, people were always transforming their Toiletry Pouch 26 into a handbag. This looks amazing as a handbag, so I decided to go for it. And maybe I'll have better luck with it, seeing as if I use it as a handbag versus using it inside of my handbag. I don't know. But I will be doing a tutorial on on how to transform this into a handbag. I'll share like the hardware, where I got it and things like that. But it's really because of Maria's video that that she inspired me to go ahead and go for it, and to also turn this into a handbag. So I'm excited about it. And oh, I didn't even show you guys the interior. I also just love the size of this cosmetic pouch, because look at that. It is so incredibly spacious. You have one little guy here for your lipsticks, a little slip pocket, and then another slip pocket there. But it is so, so spacious. So only time will tell if these corners end up wearing funky. But I will definitely let you guys know. All right, so these next Louis Vuitton pieces have since been discontinued, and what I really like is when I find some of these pre-loved goodies that have been discontinued and being able to give them new life, especially when I'm able to incorporate them into my lifestyle very differently from the way that they were sold or the way that they're intended to be. So I do like that, and I was able to score some awesome pieces at some great, great prices as well. So the first one is this guy. This is the Louis Vuitton compact mirror, and it's from the Perforated collection. I believe this collection was launched in 2008 or 2009. Don't quote me on it, but they did have a few different handbags and a few different small leather goods that were launched, and they had a few colors as well. So this is in the fuchsia. They had it in orange, they had it in green, and I think blue, maybe. I don't remember. But I just thought that this was adorable. You have it, the perforated on one side, and then the regular solid canvas on the other. And then in here, you have the compact mirror. On the back side, it says Louis Vuitton Paris. And then there you can see the mirror. But I just thought that this was so insanely cute, and I still to this day like to carry compact mirrors. I know some people end up using it with their powders, but I don't know. I just thought that this was, it's not too big, it's not too small, and I believe the magnification on this is like 3 times or something, because I could see I could see everything going on. But I just thought that was absolutely adorable. So the Louis Vuitton compact mirror from this collection. This next one I believe is also from 2008 and 2009. This is the Monogram phone case in the MM size. So obviously I won't be using this as a phone case, since my phone is since the phones now are a lot larger than they were way back when. But I just thought that this pouch was so cute because it does come with a chain. The chain is not detachable, but you can end up attaching this to a D-ring inside of your handbag. But what I actually end up using this for, I've used it as a catch-all, and I've also used it as a wallet. Especially when I use it as a wallet is when I end up attaching this inside of the D-ring. So I thought this was so incredibly cute, and I like the fact that it does have the microfiber lining as well. But there we go. And it has, I think it has a pretty good size as well. It's not too small and it's not too big either. But the phone case. And they have so many different phone cases. Like if you look on the pre-loved market, they have so many phone cases that you can end up using for catch-alls, for just everyday random things. Again, just to be able to give it a little bit more life. So love, love, love this, this phone case. Okay, this next one, I haven't used it yet. I haven't used it yet, but when I saw it kind of along the same lines as the Nice Nano, I couldn't pass it up. But I did end up picking up the mini photo album in the Monogram canvas. This is ridiculously cute. I mean, look at this. I believe it's from 2001, if I'm not mistaken, but look at that. So incredibly cute. I don't know. It was just one of those things where I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. And it's in great condition. So I decided to, excuse me, I decided to jump on it. But they also had the mini photo album in the multicolor. They had it in the multicolor, I believe in the noir and in the white, if I'm not mistaken. But I really like this. I thought it was so incredibly adorable. So there's that guy. All right, these next two are technically credit card cases slash photo holders as well. And I end up using them as photo holders. I know that in today's day and age, it might seem a little antiquated to carry photos with you, considering that everybody has smartphones and you have all of your pictures on your smartphone and it's so much more accessible. You can just literally open up your phone and you have thousands and thousands of pictures, right? Well, for me, there's something about carrying a photo that just really, really warms my heart. So I ended up getting these guys, and I thought they're awesome. You're gonna find out why I'm getting so choked up in a minute. But anyways, so they're in the Monogram canvas, and they do have this little push button on the bottom because they have the little card slots that fan out like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. So you can literally see your credit cards or your pictures without having to open it up. And if you wanted to open it up, you can still do that. These card cases or these photo holders, one of them is from 1994 and the other one's from 1997. As you can see, they have a little bit of wear, but come on, for the age that they are, I think that's pretty awesome. I have yet to find more refills of these. So if you guys know where I can get these exact refills, let me know. I've looked on Etsy and they're either too small or too big. But I just thought that this was pretty cool. So this one is empty at the moment, although it will be full in a couple of weeks. This one I'm going to use for Theodore, and this one I have with pictures of Edward. So I have a total of 12 pictures. They're back to back. So I carry this with me everywhere, and I don't know. Like I said before, there's just something about carrying a picture that just really, really warms my heart versus opening up my phone and seeing it there. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's just me, but I just thought that these were insanely, insanely cute. So I have one there and I have that there. And they do fit the regular wallet size pictures. The only thing is, like I said before, is that it's hard for me to find any refills that have this little guy down at the bottom. So if you guys know of any, please let me know. I have looked everywhere. And to no avail. So these guys are awesome. Moving on to Chanel, I did pick up a couple of card holders. The first one is this beauty. This is in the white caviar with the black hardware, and as you can see, the CC is oversized, but I do think it is insanely beautiful. You have one credit card slot on the front, two on the back, and then one at the very top, and then at the very top you have the black lining. But I love this combination. I think it is so insanely beautiful. There is something about black and white. I will forever be a fan of black and white, but I think it's gorgeous. There was a moment when I was like, okay, oh my gosh, it's white, because it's a stark, bright white. And I thought, okay, it's going to get dirty very quickly. It's going to yellow. It's going to this. It's going to that. I was thinking about all the what ifs, and all the red flags started going up. And I said, nope, no more. I'm done babying my things. You guys know this from when I talked about this before. I'm not babying my stuff. So I decided to go for it, and so far so good. No issues, because especially with a small leather good that's white, you end up interacting with it a lot more, and the oils in your hands or just whatever you have on your hands sometimes ends up getting inside of the little threads here. And so far, no issues, and I am very, very happy. I do think that it is insanely beautiful. I did think about getting the handbag that goes with this, but I was like, I don't know if I'm ready just yet for a handbag with this bright white. So I ended up passing on it, but this guy I definitely wanted to go for it. So there's that one. And the other one is from the 21S collection. This is in the red caviar leather with the champagne gold hardware. Although on camera it's showing up like it's maybe a little bit brighter or it has a little bit more orange, but in real life, my sales associate actually described it perfectly. It's more of like a watermelon red. It's that perfect balance of red and pink without it being too much of one or too much of the other. So I do think it is absolutely beautiful, but it just ends up photographing a lot more red than what it is in real life. So I just thought that was gorgeous. I also picked up a Beauty CC pouch or a mini O case. I know that with Chanel, they have a plethora of names for their pieces, but it says Beauty CC pouch on the tag. But I did pick it up in the white caviar with the silver hardware. Again, I am living dangerously like I am with the card holder, because once I figured, okay, no more babying. I am done. It's exhausting babying all these things. I'm not saying that I'm going to sit there and drag it through the mud either, but I want to be able to enjoy them to the fullest without having to stress out about every little thing. So when I saw the white one, I was like, oh yes, let's do this. But I do think that it's beautiful, and I love the fact that it does have the silver hardware, whereas the majority of actually all of my other Beauty CC pouches have the champagne gold hardware or the gold hardware. So I thought that this was beautiful. And I do get asked questions as to how I end up incorporating these Beauty CC pouches. Personally, I do like to use them mostly as a wallet, just because of the shape that it has and the size that they have. They're perfect, especially for when you have cash. You don't have to fold it a bunch of times like you do in maybe a card holder or in an O-zip coin purse. This is perfect. As far as using it as a catch-all or as a cosmetics case, I don't know. It's kind of a fine line, just because it is a little bit more narrow, and if you end up fitting more lipsticks in here, or if you try to fit more cosmetics in here, or if you use it as a catch-all, it can get really bulky really quickly, and it makes it that much harder to be able to zip it up. And even then, sometimes the zipper gets a little bit wonky. So for me personally, I just prefer to use this as a wallet. So far, no problems with yellowing or with dirt or anything like that. I also picked up the Vanity in the black quilted lambskin leather and the champagne gold hardware. I think that this is so incredibly beautiful. I actually had a really hard time locating this piece. I called my sales associates, nobody had it. I called customer service, they were out of stock company-wide. So then I waited about a week and I called again and I was able to locate it. A boutique had actually just gotten it in that morning, so I definitely lucked out. But I do think it is very, very beautiful. They've released this in caviar leather. They've released it in other colors as well. And sometimes from time to time, depending on the season, they incorporate like charms or other details to them as well. But I really wanted the lambskin leather. I love how puffy the quilts look, and it's very, very soft. I've used this a couple of times on a couple of weekend getaways, and I haven't had any issues with scratches or anything like that, so I thought that was pretty awesome. One thing I will have to say is that I feel like this would have greatly benefited from feet along the bottom, especially because of the leather, whether it's lambskin or caviar. Just in general, I feel like it would have been really nice if they would have added 4 feet along here. I mean, like I said before, it's not like you're going to be setting this down on an abrasive surface, but still, considering that it is a vanity, if you were to set it by the sink or what have you, just to make sure that you don't get any kind of watermarks or anything on here, it would have been great. But no issues thus far, no scratches whatsoever. And then on the interior, it opens up very generously. like so. So you have two slip pockets, one here, one there, and this material, it's definitely not as wipeable as the Louis Vuitton toiletries are, the lining that they have, but still, at least it's not that fabric that will necessarily have the, like if you get cosmetics on there, if you get a lipstick on there, it won't necessarily get embedded on there, but you will still be able to see some of that residue in here. So it's definitely not as user-friendly, I guess you can say, as the Louis Vuitton toiletries are, but I do think that it is very, very beautiful. There we go. Another thing that I wanted to know, in case you guys were also looking to add this to your collection, if you do decide to go for it in the lambskin, because of how you open it up, the crease on the backside here is pretty intense on the lambskin. It's not as intense on the caviar. You will see that crease, but it's a lot more noticeable on this guy back there. It doesn't bother me just because that is the, I mean, that's the shape of it. That's what's going to happen, just how you end up opening up this item. But I thought I'd point it out just in case. This zipper here, where it's been, it has like, you see how it has a little bit of an indentation right there? So that's another thing I wanted to point out. But I still absolutely love it. And this handle here, I love how sturdy it is. I like the fact that it's not down here and it's not flattening these quilts whatsoever. But I mean, you could get away with using this as a handbag just like this, but I wouldn't add a chain to it. I wouldn't add any D-rings because that would definitely end up damaging this leather here, unless you end up adding a twilly and then the D-rings. I don't know, I'm getting carried away. But let me grab the Nice BB so you guys can see a quick side-by-side with it. Here it is side-by-side with the Louis Vuitton Nice BB. As you can see, it's a little bit taller, it's also a little bit longer, and then there's a side view of it as well. So this guy definitely is a little bit boxier than this one is, but I still think that both of them are beautiful, and I will definitely keep you guys posted on the wear on this as well, but no pop stitches, no scratches whatsoever. This next Chanel item, some of you guys might make fun of me, all right? Like I already know that some of you might make fun of me, and I have used it a couple of times, but for the most part, it really just ends up sitting there, and you guys know I'm really not in the habit of having my items just sit there unused for extended periods of time, but there's a part of me that wants to sell it because of that reason, and there's a part of me that says keep it, you're gonna regret it if you do. Anyways, I am talking about the Chanel umbrella set. Yes, you heard that correctly. I purchased a Chanel umbrella. This is a vintage umbrella set, and I think it is insanely beautiful. It is in the black caviar leather, and it has the gold plated hardware that Chanel used to have back in the day. I mean, look at how it's like a bright yellow compared to today's items. But this, I lucked out because it actually came with the box, the dust bag, the little card, everything. It was the entire set, and I got it at a really great price. But like I said, I've used it a couple of times, and I could use it, I mean, obviously I can use it in the rain. I could also use it when it's sunny out, but for the most part, I don't, you know, but there's a part of me, like I said before, that I feel like I would regret it if I got rid of it. But I do think that it is very beautiful. I even thought, like, the MacGyver in me was like, okay, how can I use this case as something else? How can I make it a little bit more versatile? I've tried and I have failed miserably. So if you guys have any ideas on how I can end up using this case so that so that I can make this item a little bit more versatile, let me know, because I am fresh out of ideas. But look at that. You have the gold hardware, and then on the back side you have this little pocket there. But it's very awkward, because in theory you're supposed to carry this on your shoulder while it's raining and you're using your umbrella, or while it's sunny out and you're using your umbrella. But I'm like, okay, first of all, my bags alone weigh like 50 pounds each, the way that I end up, you know, kind of loading them up. And then to carry something else on my on another shoulder, there's no way. So let me know what you guys think I can use this for. because it's too cute to just sit there, right? But the umbrella, I'm not gonna open it up because that's bad juju. Yes, I believe in that. But it came with a little sleeve, and then it does have the hardware that says the CC, it has the CC on there, and then you have caviar along the handle here, as well as this little wristlet there. I just thought it was so unbelievably beautiful. And like I said, it's, I think it's from 1996 or 1997, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to take a look at the card. But for the age that it has, I thought it was in amazing condition. Absolutely amazing condition. There are literally no stitches out of place. There's no funky scratches or anything like that. I don't know. I guess you could say it was an impulse purchase. I really don't like doing impulse purchases anymore because they always end up biting me in the ass, but I just couldn't pass it up. I just thought it was, I thought it was very, very beautiful. But the Chanel vintage umbrella set, big fan of that, but not a fan of it sitting on my shelf. But again, I feel like I would regret it if I got rid of it. Let me know. What do you guys think? Should I keep it as a collector's piece and just bring it out every once in a while, or should I get rid of it? Let me know. And the last small leather good is an item that I picked up last week. It's from Bottega, and it is a card holder. It's this beauty. This is the Bottega card holder in the color Parakeet. Although on camera it's showing up like maybe a washed out fluorescent-y minty green. That is definitely not the case. It's a very rich, it's a very vibrant green, just as the name states, parakeet or parrot green. Think of a parrot, that's exactly the color green that it is. But I do think it is very, very beautiful. It has a total of 7 credit card slots. You have 3 on the front, 3 on the back, and then 1 at the very top. But I love the color. I think it's gorgeous. And you guys know that when it comes to small leather goods, I definitely like to go for colors. Not so much when it comes to handbags, as you guys heard me say earlier on in the video. But this is beautiful. And the leather is so incredibly soft. And kind of like what I mentioned in my previous video, with the chain pouch, the leather is soft, but you can really feel the durability of it. It's not flimsy or anything like that. It has a really nice thickness to it, but it doesn't take away from how soft it is either. So absolutely, absolutely love that. So I actually used it the other day, and so far I haven't seen any stretching, although I do feel that as time goes by, these guys will definitely end up stretching out just because of the softness of the material. So I could be wrong, but I really feel like that might end up happening with this. That and the fact that these little woven details, which is of course a staple to the Bottega Fashion House, like right now you can see a little bit of fuzzies right there coming out through the backside of one of the little woven squares. So I feel like that might end up happening throughout the entire thing as time goes by as well. So I also wanted to point that out just in case. But absolutely loved the color. All right, you guys, that does it for my video. My goodness, I can only imagine how long this video is, but I wanted to give you a little bit more detail on each of these, especially if you're looking to add them to your collection. Let me know if you guys are interested in me doing a review on some of these pieces. Of course, the card holders and the Beauty CC pouches, I have those things, those reviews on my channel already. But if there's something different that you guys are interested in, let me know in the comment section down below. As I had mentioned previously, I will be doing a tutorial on the Louis Vuitton Cosmetic Pouch GM probably next week. So keep an eye out for that video. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope I was able to give you a little bit more information, and I'll see you later. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day.